Hound and Sports on this morning.
That story is, I don't know. His actions as what? Did he run in the middle of the road? Did he want to scratch his car?
No, so I think the young man and his friend were abusing him based on his performance for Barcelona. So he came down and was challenging them, was even pointing his fingers at they should want him and his friend to stop abusing him.
Yeah, it was fair enough. Footballers, they're human beings.
Yeah, and it's not the first person to do it.
You see, and that's the difference between, social media and, the guy can't step and say, stop that nonsense. I think he was a Spurs player. I think he's left Spurs now. He moved to Bayern Munich, the defender. That they were abusing his family. Yeah, that, and he climbed into the stands to go and confront the abuser. And then, of course, there's the famous Eric Cantona Kung Fu kick. I
even remember Mark Viduka back in the day. I think it was Middlesbrough or something. And then he went straight up to them like, what's the issue?
Yeah, and the truth of the matter, a lot of these things, you can't chant out at anybody to this.
Yeah,
you can't talk to face to face. You can't, because if now the guy, look at what Said is going through now. The guy defended himself. Apparently, he's being investigated.
Why?
For self-defense. I don't know.
Because that's exactly because number one, what were the fans doing there? That's what
simple as that.
What were you doing there?
Anything you see, if you get on the pitch of play and you do, so a lot of these people. Look at those funny people. You are there abusing the guy. You don't think he's going to react.
There'll be some form of reaction at some point. Yeah.
Then Daniel Alves, I must. We always hear about how footballers' wives behave very badly, but this is a real feel-good story. If she's ready to forgive him for his very arrogant ways, good for him to urge him and to forgive it, fine. And she's willing to give him a second chance, and I hope he's learned from this. Somebody that's had such a storied career. We all know what happens to footballers that don't keep it in their pants. There's a story now. Who has won the most Premier League titles in history? Nobody can come close. Ryan Giggs, but he's not in the Premier League Hall of Fame. It's shocking, but I understand why. He's probably
been found guilty.
No, but apart from that, there's the issue. There's some social things that he's done. He's not found guilty of this particular offense. Yeah, but I think in the middle.
But the question is, John Terry's name is in that list. Why is Terry not also being?
Well,
why is the wrong rule for you, but the rule doesn't go for somebody
John Terry too is as dirty as Ryan, but I think John Terry was probably guilty of shagging his his teammates' girlfriend or wife.
Yes.
In Giggs' case, he was shagging his brother's wife.
No, but the question here is, your teammate is like your brother. There's a brotherhood.
You're right, Femi.
So why?
You're right.
How are we so nice to one? And because I remember even that period, the coach Capello said he'll call him to the national team. But you've broken the biggest rule,
and then John Terry too is also. And let's say on convicted racists.
Yeah.
Mikel Obi refused to tell on him when they racially abused Anton Ferdinand. Rio and Terry never spoke again after that incident. So, I get you. I didn't think of John Terry's, because Giggs, 13 Premier League titles. We broke into United's first time at 16 plus.
To Champions League.
Absolutely brilliant player, but of course he's off the field. But I think the final straw, in as much as John Terry was a nasty fellow off the pitch, I think the fact that he's never been to courts per se. I think he's had some driving infractions, maybe driving while drunk under the influence or something, but not what Giggs has, as a facing full, and he wasn't found guilty, but the case was like kicked the can down the line. He's still coming back to face that matter. So it's very sad, because not only should he be in the Premier League Hall of Fame, he should be Sir Ryan Giggs by now. It's very, very unfortunate, and I'm sure that's something Terry too is not going to get. That's Sir John Terry. That ain't going to happen either, But it's one of these things. Stuff happens. Good story on Sunday Diary.
Oh yes,
from a very good story.
Very good story.
I'm sure you are shocked that I picked up on it.
I'm surprised. That's the story I just get to my phone. You not say anything.
No, it's a good story. It's a good story. That's putting your money where your mouth is. Invested. I love it. Black Scorpions. Yeah. Remember the original Black Scorpion?
No, I don't.
General Adekule. Civil War hero. Oh yes.
That's what it was called.
Oh, your Black Scorpion.
Adekule Fajri.
No. Colonel Adekunle. That was his name. Is it Colonel? Yeah, the Black Scorpion. Yes, I think it was Adekunle. Yeah, Colonel.
What was his last name?
That was his surname.
Adekunle. What was his first name?
I can't remember his first name. His first name was Colonel, Abi.
I will check.
But he was the Black Scorpion. That was his name. You can Google it. The Black Scorpion. I can't remember his first name. It was a very highly decorated soldier during the
Benjamin.
Thank you very much, Benjamin Adekunle. Thank you very much. You see, go to Google, you never fails.
Yeah.
Highly crazy guy about it.
I like the idea because we talk about private clubs in Nigerian football. That's the way to go.
Important.
And we're seeing speaking to the coaches of the Lagos teams, and their mission was, we just want to get into the top division.
Look at what you spoke. Look at how highly you spoke about. Ikorodu City,
coach, yes,
and
Brighton. What's his name? Gabriel, the coach of Inter Lagos.
The Inter Lagos. How highly you spoke of the effort they put in.
Yeah,
and they follow. Look at what Raymond Stars is doing on every level.
The Inter Lagos coach, you could tell he almost cried. Like there was tears in his eyes when he lost the final. People kept consoling him.
He really wanted it.
There's a colleague of ours, Tosan, he was there as well. I think he's the official hype man. So he was there and they were all, you could tell it was like a family. They were all hugging each other, telling him that don't worry. I was just looking at them like, you lost the fight, but you're going to the national. Yes, we are going to the national.
Yeah.
And you lost to a club that has been in existence longer than you have been. You've been less than 6 months. You played decent football, good football, because you beat Sporting Lagos in the semi-final to make it this far. And from what I saw in the final, they had opportunities. Maybe they were a bit naive. Maybe they didn't manage the game properly. Their more experienced neighbors neighbors got the better of them. But I thought it was progress, and the same progress I'm thinking here as well, because in Ibadan, the two big clubs are Shooting Stars and Crown FC. It's Sunday.
Crown FC are not in Ibadan. I think Crown
they're
FC
in Oyo. They're two of your teams.
No.
Yes,
Crown, they're Shogbo now.
No, Gomosho.
Sorry, yes.
Yes, so that Oyo, maybe I should not use the word Ibadan. Oyo. Oyo State. No, because when we say Lagos State, it's Oyo State. So both of them are, now you've got another team. If they can progress all the way to the NNL.
Where are the Black Scorpions supposed
to be? NLO. That's the third division.
Where are they situated?
Gomosho. Well, that's where he's from.
Okay.
Sonny Dare is from Gomosho.
So there'll be two solid teams from
solid team, and that means there'll be some good rivalry. I know. So yeah, even Ilaji Sports Club is doing very well. I remember going to when I was in Ibadan, I remember going to their center back then. It was a very, very good place. I hope that they won the FA Cup. I like to see them when they get to the national finals.
In fact, I'm just having a flashback now. Back in the day, all these teams, Rangers could have been said to be maybe a government team, maybe ICC, Shooting Stars, maybe, but for them to have called ICC, obviously would have had some private arrangements. I mean, Lekon Salami and all that. He was like the proprietor and he was pumping his own money into it. But you had Julius Berger private. You had
Nepa was not private.
Nepa wasn't private. But Julius Berger stationary stores private.
Yeah.
It's in Leventis United private. NMB private.
YMU National.
YMU private. Flash Flamengo's private. They had some very good teams. Fantastic teams. Yeah. And they've had the best of players then. So if we could get back to, I just, in fact, my favorite team in the Premier League, I've always had a soft spot for Imba. But if I'm going to say, if I had to, they probably choose one team, I'll pick Remo Stars because I like what they're doing. There's a
blueprint, yeah.
Yes, a blueprint. God bless you. There's a process that they're following, and they're following best practices. And not only do they have their and I've seen them train their academy team, seen them train. And they have their women's team. I don't know, Remo Queens or Remo Ladies or whatever, Remo Stars Ladies or whatever. So that's really cool. So the more private clubs we have, the less you have a governor, restating a coach who's generally failed at what he's doing and putting someone that's won a couple of Premier Leagues, sidelining him. Stuff like that won't happen.
That's why I said that based on what we're seeing now in Nigeria football in terms of the development, young coaches coming through. That the NFF at that level, we need to start looking at younger coaches for the under 17. I know people say, you need experience. Maybe we can leave that from under 20, under 23. Under 17 should be a young coach. There are many young coaches around in Lagos, in Abuja, all around.
Maybe, but I agree that you could find, Manu Garba doesn't have to be the only one to get it, but at least he has a history. If you're going to compare him and Ladon Bosso does not have a history of success. Manu Garba does. You understand? Okay, fine. You could argue that he could get, maybe they just want to give it to a safe pair of hands. I mean, it's not everything. For me, it's not a do or die thing. I don't have a problem with it. You get my point. If they bring somebody younger, more modern, all well and good. But at least Manu Garba has an aura of credibility. There's some people that get these jobs that you wonder, Ibolele Tijawa, how did it happen? Another song is slightly bothersome for me in the new sound. Of course, I was in Ghana, and a lot of people I spoke about how well the athletes were treated. They testified to the fact that they got their monies as and when due. So I'm a bit worried now that this story is coming out from the honorable member in charge of heading the sports.
He said some.
Yes.
So the most important thing is some.
The question is why. I know the process is very onerous.
Mm-hmm.
They no longer carry cash. They pay through CBN and all that. But they should expedite it now. People should just do their jobs. Do you understand? The guys have run the race, literally run their race, done the nation very, very proud. So pay them. Do you understand? Pay them. This is something they'll be looking forward to. You understand? Thank God the amounts have not been slashed or anything, but pay them as and when the money is useful to them. You get my point? Because if I'm going to look at it from, maybe when the money was promised to them, especially if they get to USD, the rates were high. By the time they get it much lower, do you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it from a business perspective.
Because it's that business perspective, the minister, and I was a bit surprised why the minister said that. Why do you say it?
Because.
Why do you reveal? What are you trying to do?
No,
they gave them 12 billion, now it's 17 billion.
Yeah,
why?
Because I don't like to spend naira anyway. Is that not the dollar?
No, but why are you telling us?
But
why are you revealing? The government has released $1.3 million, right? That's automatically 12 billion naira. From then till now, the money has added.
Yes.
And you now come to reveal to people why.
Is that not accountability? That's accountability.
What's accountability?
You are saying that the money has.
Because are they not spending? No, but they are spending the money in dollars. Because many of this, when they paid Super Eagles bonuses, they paid them in dollars. So what are you telling me that it has added? Is it naira they're spending the money in? Maybe a little of it will be spent in naira in terms of maybe the junior teams.
There's more naira to spend.
But the point is, you're paying it in dollars. When you give the Super Eagles, you're giving them dollars.
But what fraction of the money is the Super Eagles? Are the Super
Eagles? A lot of the money is Super Eagles and Super Falcons, and then coaches. The under 20 years has more money inside there. But my point is, the major team, the Super Falcons, Super Eagles, Pasero, they're all dollars. So the money did not appreciate.
Well, it didn't appreciate in dollars, but it appreciated in naira. Have we?
Okay.
Which is a fact.
Yeah.
Because we always talk about accountability, because, if he didn't come out and say, we could say, what happened to the difference in the funds? After when you first got it, the rates were maybe 1,000. Yeah, because in January, I think, what was the rate then? Maybe 1,001, 1,002, then it shot up to like 1,700 or even 1,800 at the time. I think now it's come down to 1,200, and hopefully it'll keep on dropping as it was. So it's all well and good.
All right, let me read a few messages before we go for a break this morning. I'm starting with a very feel-good message this morning. This says, "Good morning, Sports Zone. Please wish my husband a happy birthday. He's an ardent listener of the show. His name is Moora, Moora, Haruna. And also my daughter, tomorrow is her birthday. Didn't leave her name. Please let him know we really love and appreciate him."
And
her name is Kathy Moore.
Kathy Moore.
Kathy Moore.
Kathy Moore.
Kathy.
Okay, Kathy Moore. First is first, Ramadan Kareem.
Assuming she's a Muslim.
But her husband sounds like a Muslim. No?
You're assuming.
Okay, assuming. Okay. Anyway, happy birthday to your husband, and happy birthday to your daughter.
Singing. I'm going to give them your sonorous like this song.
What's the husband's name?
Haruna.
Haruna sounds like a Muslim name now. Is that an assumption?
No, it does sound like. What does it mean?
Well,
you can have Muslim names. I have a friend who has a Muslim surname, but
he's not Muslim. Okay. Anyway, happy birthday to. She didn't ask me to sing, did she? No. Let me just.
Well, she has a daughter.
She has a daughter.
Yes, and the birthday is tomorrow.
Whatever. Let me just. I'll give you Vuvuzela blast. At least you're not wearing.
She said, please sing.
She said,
please sing.
Hey, we'll sing together now.
No, but you know you have the better voice now. You are like the Pavarotti.
Pavarotti on the sponsor. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Take it.
He's Muslim. He's actually Muslim.
He's Muslim. Yeah. For both you, your lovely husband, and thank you, my darling, for being so sweet, and to your lovely daughter as well. That's nice one. And thank you for listening to the sponsor. We love you. We love you. We love you.
All right, let me read through a few more messages. This one says, good morning. I sold my phone to pay my school fees. Okay. Okay. We'll come back to this message. Come back to it. This says, I believe that City were lucky to escape with a draw. Tony from Idimo. Thank you for your thoughts.
Yeah, two chances to City's one.
Sanchez from Ibadan says, a point gain for Arsenal, 2 points lost for City. Liverpool would definitely still lose points. Man United is trash, and Chelsea is a waste of money and 11th place. Sanchez is a dirty boy.
For you, Sanchez, this is for you.
Sanchez is a dirty boy.
A blot of approval. Man United is trash. And I agree with everything.
Sanchez, you're a dirty guy. Good morning, guys, in the studio. Uche from Victoria Island. He says, my argument is flawed. Man City has a good record against Arsenal at the Etihad. Arteta didn't go to Etihad to draw but to win. But Guardiola, who is very intelligent, pushed Arsenal back, which forced us to change tactics. Obviously, you're an Arsenal fan. If Trossard and Gabriel had used the opportunities, we will not be having this argument. If Arsenal lost, you'll still be the same person to say Arsenal are not ready. But we've broken City's scoring streak and everyone is wailing. Arsenal just use Abido Sheka and everyone is wailing. Let us use Gandusa.
I think it's a case of, watched quite a lot of nonsense. Both coaches knew each other. They know each other very well.
That's why it was boring.
They knew they cancelled. Arteta cancelled Pep out. Even when it was making substitutions, it was countering. So
a ball fest.
It's whatever. I don't know what people expect.
There's momentum on Arsenal side. What we're saying is history. What is the history? History is in the past. So you will say they've not beaten is in the past. This year you've beaten City twice. You've beaten them 2 times. So you cannot go and make it hard.
But you haven't played. Do you know what it is to go away to the Etihad? I mean, look at what our listener said. City has scored in their last 57 games. That's
but now history. History.
And they stopped them from scoring, so they created a new history.
But this year, I don't beat you 2 times.
Besides, who needed the game more? It's City that needed. They were home. If they had beaten, why did Arsenal need the game more? If Arsenal had beaten City, Arsenal had gone top. Fine, but they got the points, and they're just 2 points of Liverpool. Game goes. All
right. This one says, good morning, Uncle Shego. The Arteta versus City game was a very tactical match. So you expect Man City to allow Arsenal beat them 3 times like that? Arsenal have bridged the gap between them. Give Arsenal their flowers, I beg, Deji from Ikorodu.
In fact, as Deji Riley says, then Pep too would have been happy that they didn't lose ground to Arsenal. It was as you were.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Pep is. Yes, we're not talking about City side. We've agreed that City drop points. And it's bad for them. We've agreed that one. But we're saying that you who are the new kings of the street.
No. Do you know what the Mourinho principle of winning league titles is? The Mourinho mantra. You know what it is? Is win your home games and do not lose away.
He only worked for Chelsea. He only worked for Chelsea.
No, but
he didn't work for Man United. He didn't work for Spurs.
No, but when he was winning league titles, because he didn't win.
I'm saying that he only worked
for where he won league titles, and that's what happened.
But if it takes that.
Chelsea, how many times did Chelsea lose at home to him? It maybe was in his second spell, but in his first spell, Chelsea were literally impregnable at Stamford Bridge. They will collect the 3 points anyhow, and then they'll go away, and then they'll play you to a standstill. So what they'll do, they'll collect 4 points, and I'll give you a league title.
If only that plan had worked for Manchester United.
Well, it didn't.
Good morning, Sports Zone. Please mention my darling ACB Football Club. It was privately run, and we had Super Eagles players back there.
ACB First Bank. You're right. ACB, that's where Victor Weber got his breakthrough anyway.
There are quite a number of players who played for ACB back in the day. Even First Bank you mentioned.
First Bank.
I think, there's an uncle of mine played in First Bank, so that much I know. So
But that's one Mr. Motosho is always good about. So. Yeah. Where is he nowadays, your uncle? Sorry?
I know one is in Abuja.
Okay.
One is in Lagos.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I wish them well.
Yeah. Honoria Day says, good morning, Sports Zone. Femi, not being found guilty is not the same as innocent. The Giggs lawyers just found a way to get him off the hook. I believe the Taffy will eventually make it Taffy. Okay, I believe the Taffy will eventually make it to the Premier League Hall of Fame. He's just paying for his indiscretions.
Shea Giggsy?
Yes.
I don't think so. And as long as he gets the trial was I don't know. I think it was a hung jury, but they had to. He's got himself a new. Well, his lawyers I would have done that if they weren't arguing. But there's a new trial. He's not off the hook.
Okay. Let me read a few more messages. All right. This says, I returned from South Africa on Sunday, and I must tell you that the talk about this match in South Africa is massive, as South Africans are eagerly anticipating the match. The return leg in South Africa has been scheduled to hold in a 51,000 capacity stadium in Pretoria, as against the usual stadium used, and ticket for the game has been on sale since last week. Coach Giselle Ellis has defended that the stadium choice was influenced by the high altitude, with the belief that the Nigerian girls will struggle with breath on match day. Also, 75% of their players are home-based, and as much as the team has been in camp for 2 weeks already, only a handful is expected from Europe. In Nigeria, it's the other way around. We believe we can get into the pitch and walk away with the point, all because we are talented. I laugh. No publicity for the match. Nothing is done to get the fans to the stadium. 100% of our players are Euro-based. Hence, camping is delayed, and still players are yet to get to camp. Instead, we buy eulogizing and condemning the Super Eagles' performance in inconsequential friendly matches, and at the same time wanting to criticize Mr. Randy Waldrum in any event the Falcons failed. God forbid. God bless Nigeria. Promise from Jakonde.
Promise. That's an excellent post. And
it post just try. The post try. It just try. It try.
First things first, South Africa, the altitude, even for if you get as a visitor, do you understand? I'm not talking about having to play. I won't lie to you, Femi. I'm concerned. I don't say I'm worried. I'm concerned. And he's right about the South African team being a very homogeneous team. I was listening to Deji at Motivo sister station this morning, and he made a very valid point, I think, and he and IDM as well. And they spoke about how we, pound for pound, player for player, probably have the better players.
That's obvious now. That's not even. That's a no-brainer. We have the queen of African football.
Yes. The queen.
Yes, she's the African Football of the Year. That's the queen.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's. We need to start seeing this African Football of the Year doing it on the pitch.
We need to go for a break.
We
need to go for a break.
But just before we go for a break, we have the better players. But South Africa may be the better team.
We beat them.
A compliment. And I really love it when you and I run the show because you're so calm. I've just been cringing and it's true.
Look
how reasonable.
No, I've just been cringing.
That other person who I would not mention, if that other person, you could just say no. You could look your eye before you talk. But now you're free. You are free to express yourself. You're free to be yourself.
No, because I told you that I said even what Promise said. It's just what Promise said. What I agreed about Promise is that yes, South Africans are taking this game serious. I agree.
Very seriously.
Right. However,
not that we are not so.
We are. And we're also trying to mobilize fans to the stadium. From what I gathered, the NFF has also informed.
It's not about the fans, it's about our players.
Our players are always ready for the job. Because some players are already in camp. It's not that some players are not in camp. Some players are in camp. But the bulk,
as we're
coming from far,
that playing at altitude. Do you understand? It's already a physical disadvantage.
When we get to South Africa early, South Africa is not the problem. South Africa is not the problem. We'll show up, and I don't think South Africa will beat us there. I think a draw will most likely cancel that game. Anyway, but this one here in Lagos,
what do you think is a good result for us on Friday?
2-0.
But most important, a clean sheet.
Yes.
A clean sheet.
So 2-0 or 3-1. Worst case.
I don't want to say.
I'm saying it because I think that South Africa are a good team. I'm not underrating them. Yes, or underestimating them. I'm saying that we are better than South Africa, personnel wise, manager wise. Generally, and we're playing in our own home. I don't think we'll lose.
No, I'm losing to be is not in my thoughts at all. But it's a it's a two-legged game.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I'm looking at a situation where we can have like an insurmountable advantage here, get one here, and it will go a long way if we can clip a clean sheet and bang in 2 or 3 goals. 2 or 3 without conceding, to me, is very important. That it's not conceding.
I'm Nadozie in goal. I mean, what are you afraid of? Nadozie is in goal. Let's go to phone lines.
All right.
Good morning.
Hi,
good morning.
Yeah, this is your Ghanaian brother.
How now? How you doing? How buddy?
Fine.
What a guan?
Let me Maybe you don't start again, Abi.
It's confidence. It's not. It's confidence. During my fasting, I
You don't
this
start,
thing.
they will chop am. And you say, who is the queen?
Assistant now.
She deserve am.
What do you mean she deserve it?
How do you
Are you- are you-
She don't deserve anything there.
How do?
And
I'm
what
going
way they
I'm going to
what they
revoke
do
your
there?
visa.
Which kind-
How
which
do?
kind is that? What the assistant play that make her even get the African best?
Hey,
The
how do?
South African girl was better.
Which South Africa girl?
You know the one I'm talking about.
Katlana. Which Katlana? Katlana.
And the competition that she beat you. Why make her sister become even the work with?
What did she do at the World Cup?
Anyway, wait,
What did she do at the World Cup?
Wait, Femi.
Where do you crash out? Where did she crash out?
How do? Wait, first let me pay you a compliment. Let me pay you a compliment. Congratulations to Ghana for your double gold in men and women football. You guys deserved
It's
it.
not only that, when even hockey, we beat you. Volleyball, we beat you. Finals. Let's go.
All right,
We beat
I'll
you
do-
so many areas. All Africa.
Hello. This network. Hello.
Yes. God.
God, they go, Jerry. All right, well done. I'm agree about that for me. All right, well done. Even compliment. How to know what here? Now what?
Hello, good morning, Uncle Shegun.
Good morning. Is that
Good
Good
morning.
morning. This is Mr. Moto.
Joshua? Okay, good morning.
Yeah.
Ramadan
first
Karim,
of
my
all,
brother.
My name is Joja Motosho. Please, Femi, when Baba Beji calls me, please can I have his other name? Kevin Watt. Because I have some of my uncles around Adeno Gusoya and Sita too.
All right.
Femi, your dad senior Uncle Najim or Uncle Najim senior your dad.
I think my dad is older than him.
He said
He's older than him.
your dad is older than
Yes.
Najim.
Yes.
Okay. The one that plays for First Bank, I
Alani
normally forget his name.
Faraway.
Eh?
Alani.
Uncle Shegun.
Yes,
Somebody don't like Jeun. I go and like Jeun.
Really?
Just organize any football, you find him there. He plays alongside Fatai Amowo also for First Bank, and one of my uncles, Yaya Badara.
Fantastic.
That my uncle even rose to the rank of manager.
Okay.
Because he didn't play football for that.
Oh, wow.
Fred wants to see him, tell him Yaya Badara, I will remember him.
Okay.
Uncle Shegun,
Yes, sir.
the South African team, they are already on ground. With that, at home, we don't have 10 players in camp already. Our administrators prepare our teams to fail. That's the way I see it. Thank you.
All right. It's well. Let's hope for the best on Friday.
I don't know if people are.
I know. I wish our team
about.
was together. I beg. They're already trading. Well,
It's
people are
not, don't worry now.
Yes, okay.
Packers usually don't disappoint us.
If you want to be a part of us, first off, follow us across all social media pages at Lagos Talks 913 is our handle, and of course, kindly like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're a part of the Lagos Talks family.